sounds a bit Scottish. Macardo, Macallan, or with an Italian twist. I don't know. Let's find out.
We work with two
Stills.
stills. One very typical for whiskey, but a lot smaller, and the other one is mainly built for small batches. Okay, small batches of fruits, small batches of gin. But when we distill whiskey, it also runs. And the part of the heat is made with wood burning. Yes, yes. So issue for this that's right, yes. What's that? Action. And research doesn't matter if it's outside, we have everyone. 35. Doesn't
Hello, Ben. Welcome to Macardo.
Thank you very much. I was just wondering about the name, Macardo.
Funny name, yeah. Well, it comes out of the history, because the founder of Macardo, one was with the name Marco and the other one with Bernardo. So, and out of these two names, create Macardo. So this happens 2007.
Ah, okay. And are they still involved with the distillery?
No, unfortunately they are not involved. They are teachers, so they did it by passion. They opened the distillery and then they recognized, well, it's a hell of a lot of work, and they decided then 2014 to sell the distillery. So it was a good chance for me to step in. Yeah, well, actually the last 30 years I was always fascinated about this kind of distilling processes, to convert raw material into different kind of spirits, And well, during this time, usually during summer season, I spend 1 week of my holidays in certain countries like Poland to learn a little bit about the vodka to distill, or to Italy.
Alright, it's a fantastic view.
Yeah.
So you're not just a distillery, you have this honesty bar,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a bed and breakfast,
Exactly.
an event location.
An event location, yeah. It was for us important to, when we set up our vision to, let's say, to create this kind of Macardo. So not only based on the distillery, so as well a kind of a diversification between distillery, bar, events, and the bed and breakfast. The one is our Swiss Thurbon. It comes from the Thurbon, obviously. So we have excellent raw material here in the neighborhood with the corn, with the rye, and
You guide us through your
a little bit to the whiskies. Yes, we start with the Thurbon.
Right.
You are joining us as well.
Yeah, for the whiskey, of course. What's the name in English for marzipan?
Marzipan.
Oh, it's the same.
The Thurbon. You know why Thurbon? Because I had some really shitty moments with the American Whiskey Association, saying, we are bad guys and doing not this and this and this one is forbidden. Yes, of course. I mean, the term bourbon is protected in the US, which is correct. No, explain me why in Tennessee there are some Swiss Emmental cheese factories. I had the chance to communicate with a Canadian chap. He made his PhD thesis as a biochemist, and he analyzed actually what happened in a cask in the first 3 years.
Yeah.
So he analyzed how many biochemical processes happens? Quite a lot. What do you think? How many?
No idea.
Give a figure.
100.
100.
1,000.
Okay. Both wrong. But you are closer. 152 biochemical processes. So we were interacting as well a little bit by Skype and blah blah blah, and I asked him as well, if you are saying 152 processes happens, which are the trigger points that the process starts? It has to do with the wood, it has to do with the temperature are a main factor, it has to do with the humidity. And based on these three factors, actually, we set up our cask store. For example, we designed our cask storage in a certain way that we have 3 different climate zones. We call them microclimate zones.
All in there.
All in there. So we have one on the lower part, and we have one on the higher part, and the temperature delta is 4 degrees. And we could manipulate as well here at the first side here, where we have this fruit spirits, for example, that we have there less humidity.
Right.
So, in other words, as I know now which are the trigger points, I can say, hopefully in the future, after 5-6 years, well, my good friend, cask number 52, maybe you go now in summer holidays and I give you a little bit more temperature during the next 2-3 years. Together with the sensors, you know, I can exactly measure what's happened and what's going on. Yeah, based on certain facts which we are monitoring very carefully and very exactly, and we see what's the impact then into the taste, you know.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any other distillery does that.
No?
But if it continues like that every summer, they
They
should
will do.
consider that.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well for you, you know, because you learn a lot.